Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm coming to you today with a special edition of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Word on the Street. I'm coming to you with an exclusive report on Dylan Smith. If you live in the Chicago area and if you see him coming down the street, anywhere in the United States, if you see Dylan Smith coming down the street, especially if you're a young woman in your 20s or 30s, cross the street immediately. Get away from him. And do not leave your drink unattended. That is a big no-no. I will get into all this in a moment. And I have to say personally, Dylan, I'm really disappointed. We were just starting to get to know each other. I wanted to interview you. You were my eye candy on social media for a bit. I was personally enjoying the shirtless pictures. But now that I know all this stuff about you, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Dylan Danger. That's the subject of today's Word on the Street. Okay. Now, I have to thank GoPro Solo Coco and the Bowl Cut Gang. If you guys do not follow these two IG accounts, please do. GoPro Solo Coco is the Heather connoisseur of Instagram. She knows everything about Heather Gillipsie there is to know. And unfortunately, Heather Gillipsie is like an onion, okay? There are so many layers of what's going on to her. At GoPro Solo Coco, she is the ultimate Heather Gillipsie connoisseur. She knows everything there is to know. So, and I am a member of the Bowl Cut Gang. Please follow both of these accounts. Now, you guys all remember the Heather and Dylan saga, okay? I mean, Dylan wasn't out of jail for 24 hours before he was running away from her. Now, the Heather and Dylan saga that played out on TV, they lasted 5-6 episodes, was nothing to what is playing out in real life, unfortunately, okay? This is sad, 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 and crazy. Now, Dylan seems to be living his best life, okay? In the 4 years that he's been out, he seems to be living his best life. He's working out. He's now selling solar energy with his crew. Him and his crew out there letting people know that solar energy is the way to go, okay? Keep that in mind. He's part of the blacklisted crew. He was slated to join this mental health and recovery awareness event with other Love After Lockup cast members. We'll get into that more later. Heather, on the other hand, in the 4 years that we last saw her on Love After Lockup, her life has fallen apart, to put it lightly. Now she is pregnant for the 5th time. She's homeless, and she goes on rampages on social media, basically blaming WeTV, Love After Lockup, and Dylan for her life spiraling out of control. Now, Dylan, like I said, appears to be living his best life on social media, cracking a joke recently about Heather and her conspiracy theories, but he has a beautiful girlfriend, Marissa, and they're living their Chicago best life, going out to restaurants, hanging out in nightclubs. Well, like I said, Heather is homeless, pregnant on the street. Now, guys, I have to issue a trigger warning. I'm going to play a snippet of Heather's lives. She goes live on Instagram, I would say maybe 6 to 8 times a day on the average. And like I said, she's homeless. She is mentally ill. And she just goes on and on, conspiracy theories, ramblings. So this is just a small snippet of what she posts on social media. So trigger warning, guys.
I'm having a difficult time being forgiving because you never stop abusing me. So in order for a person to move past a certain behavior or action, it's absolutely...
I have no idea what that sound is, by the way, guys. That's Heather's video, not mine.
pertinent that that behavior or action stops. For instance, if you want to be forgiven for raping a woman, you would need to stop raping her first. Do you understand? Now, when I'm creating content that's documenting everything that's gone on and dealing with people who don't give a fuck about shitting and pissing on a woman who wants nothing to do with them, kicking her literally in the eye while she's asleep, that's some classy gentleman, don't you think? I'm posting content so that these fucking morons who I'm trying to communicate with can follow along, because some of them have head trauma of their own. And then this is what they do. Look at the screen recording.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, so that is just a small snippet of what Heather posts on a daily basis to her social media, while Marissa and Dylan are living their best life in Chicago, whatever their best life may be. Then this young lady formed a Instagram account over this past weekend. And this Instagram account is very disturbing, to say the least. Exposing him, he's trash. And I will call her Jane Doe. And she is very brave for coming forward, because she has had no idea what she was wading herself into, to say the least. So I did a video, and if you have not checked it out, please do. I did my own form of Where Are They Now, Heather and Dylan. And I covered what this young lady posted on her account. And I would just like to address Kathy Smotherman. If you are a Dylan Heather sympathizer and you cannot see what is put out in front of you, please stay off my channel. Or if you would like to have an adult conversation, you could send me a message on Instagram or Twitter. I will be happy to have an adult conversation with you. But otherwise, if you cannot see the evidence that was laid out in my first video and the evidence I'm about to lay out now, I can't help you. Just saying. Stay off my channel. So Jane Doe bravely put her business out there and let everyone know that she met Dylan. And Dylan's other longtime girlfriend, Jordan. Yes, Dylan has another girlfriend. Her name is Jordan. And she willingly participated in taking GHB with them. This is a picture of her passed out with Jordan on top of her. And as you could read in her caption, she admits that she willingly participated in drug activities, but she had no idea what kind of a world she was wading into. And she was vulnerable at the time, being homeless. And at the time, how she met Dylan and his associates was she was looking for work. She's a content creator, and she reached out to one of his associates, responding to an ad looking for work. So she was vulnerable, homeless, broke, looking for work, and this is how she was drawn into Dylan's world. So apparently, Dylan has been going between Marissa and Jordan for the past 10 years. And Jane Doe has been trying to process that the world that she was drawn into is not normal. She has been clean for the past 2 weeks. She admits that she is not perfect. She has done things that she should not have done. And now she realizes, hey, this world is fucked up. Now, since coming forward, she has faced a lot of hate on social media. And I think the victim shaming is disgusting because, yes, she may have willingly participated in this world, but it doesn't make things that happen to her okay. So now, of course, once she started exposing Dylan, Dylan started calling her and spamming her phone, which kind of reminds me of Marissa complaining about Dylan spamming her phone after Marissa exposed him last year for his bullshit, and Heather complaining about her phone being spammed and thinking that it was Dylan. Kind of sounds familiar. A pattern, perhaps? Now, Jane Doe had posted to her stories when she was exposing Dylan. There is some truth in what Heather has to say, although she is not a reliable source. I wouldn't trust her. I do not know her at all. And for what I hear, she was already batshit crazy. Dylan has a certain type, obviously. Heather's story reminds me of his now ex-girlfriend, Dylan. Dylan himself has told me to this day how he still likes to mess with her in Tent City. I could totally picture him doing that. Him and Marissa decided to fill up a Louis Vuitton bag with duster and plant it so she'll scavenge and know it was him. Now, BCG, the Bull Cut Gang, had previously posted a picture from one of Heather's infamous Chicago street photo shoots. And guess what was in that picture? A Louis Vuitton shopping bag. Wow, a coinky dink? I wonder. Now, the date of this picture was July 30th. Coinky dink? I wonder. Now, Jane Doe goes to post further receipts. Here's a picture of her laying on a bed in Dylan's house, and check out the brick wall in the background. And here's Marissa's ass, same brick wall in the background. Dylan has 4 cats. Here's 2 of them. Here's a story that he had posted maybe, about a month ago. Please tell me someone loves cats and help me trim these 4 cute monsters' nails. Please, somebody save the kitties, please, okay? Apparently, the cats are on their own when it comes to eating. There's a self-feeding machine, okay? And self-changing litter does not mean not to touch the box at all, okay? You have to change the litter. I can imagine how that house smells. Please, somebody save the kitties. Now, I'm just going to leave this here. No, being a victim of abuse does not give you permission to do that to other people. No, it does not make it okay. Just saying. And I will try to do my research the best I can to see whether there's any truth behind it and who Dylan's father is. Now, I would like to thank my source for these text messages between them and Marissa. As you can see, Marissa's family is concerned about the relationship between her and Dylan, and they are trying to help her get away from him. But, of course, Marissa is hesitant because she sounds like somebody who is in an abusive relationship. But I would like you guys to check this out. It is really hard seeing these situations in a different context. So many times it makes me realize he's been doing the same to me since I was 17. So it makes it easier. Since she was 17, Dylan has been in her life since she was 17 years old. This confirms, once again, a conspiracy theory that has been floating around for years, that Marissa has been in his life since before Heather. And that basically Heather was a trick to fund his prison lifestyle. Okay? Basically, I have read and heard this conspiracy theory many times that Marissa and Dylan knew each other before he went into prison. And Dylan was using Heather to fund his prison lifestyle, and Heather was using Dylan to get on Love After Lockup. That's what I heard. Don't know how true it is, but you know, this one piece of the puzzle for me, honestly. So Marissa is admitting here that he's been in her life since she was 17. And Dylan is quite a few years older than her. So, hey. And this is Jane Doe confirming the timeline once again. Yes, he's been with M since she was a teen. He's 6 years older than her. He was also with HG, Heather, another woman who is J, Jordan. He had all three of these women in rotation for his personal benefit. She didn't turn to drugs. He turned her onto drugs. It's a difference. I believe he's done the same to HG and M. Although I don't have firsthand experience seeing it with these women, I've seen it with Jay. So here we go. Jane Doe confirming the timeline that Marissa and Dylan have been messing with each other for quite a while, since Marissa was in her teens. Marissa said so herself, since she was 17 years old. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So Marissa, the perfect trophy girlfriend, your perfect bottle server girl. Wow, she's been around for a while, since before Heather. And then after Heather. Wow. So now Jane Doe is pointing out how Dylan is managing to fund this lifestyle. Because if you watch them on social media, him and Marissa are living the life, but neither one of them seem to have real jobs. I mean, I know Dylan is selling, solar power, but how much do you make selling solar power? Check this out. CPNs. Yeah. CPNs is a 9-digit number that is formatted just like a social security number. It may also be called a credit privacy number, credit profile number, or credit protection number. Companies that sell CPNs to consumers market them away to hide bad credit history or bankruptcy. So you see here, Dylan tells Jane Doe, I'm doing some new CPNs right now, Doe. Okay, so CPNs, according to Jane Doe, and this makes sense, are a way for scammers to basically, for scammers to make a way of life, basically. Okay, instead of doing legitimate work, they use these CPNs, which are, I guess, kind of like a fake social security. I don't want to say a fake social security number, but it's a way to hide bad credit. They get credit cards, they get credit lines, they use them up, and they move on to the next one. So Dylan is, rising and shining, racing to the money, using a CPN, I guess, because he's, has a line of credit with a CPN because he's working on doing some new CPNs, I guess, because the only legitimate job he seems to have, to my 4 eyes, is selling solar energy. So I don't get it. I don't get it. And if you guys could provide some insight on it for me, please drop me a comment. So Dylan had tons of arrests, by the way, in the 4 years that he's been out. This is just a fraction of them, okay? Just a tiny fraction. So considering that he has tons of arrests for all sorts of things, drugs possession, domestic violence, DUI, I mean, all sorts of things in the years that he's been out. And pictures like this floating around that Marissa has posted and deleted. Yeah. Him and Marissa get mad at each other and they post videos and pictures of each other like this, and then they delete them. And then she posts things like this and delete them. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Then Jane Doe posted more receipts about Dylan just being manipulative and shady and dangerous. Dangerous. All I hear is that song, Danger, going off in my head. I'm just looking at all this stuff. And I'm just so happy that she was able to see that this was a fucked up situation that she was in, and she got herself out of it. And I hope that she recovers emotionally, physically, and she gets the help that she needs, because she is going to need help to recover from this. Okay, so now here's more receipts that she's dropping about why Dylan will never marry any of these women, have a baby with any of these women. But the thing that really concerned me was there was a post, and there was so many posts on this account, and there was a post that I thought I screenshot, and when I was putting this video together, I was like, wait a second, where did it go? It mentioned about Dylan going on to university campuses to gather signatures for his solar energy job. And that really disturbed me. And as Jane Doe pointed out, what the heck is a man in his 30s having access to young women, late teens, early 20s, the women that go to colleges and universities, that age group? Why is a felon like Dylan questionable character have access to young women like these, and he's good looking, and and he's able to go on a college campus selling solar energy. Why is he selling solar energy to college students? What the hell do college students have to do with solar energy? Then there's this text exchange where she says, "Is that like your job campus?" And I'm like, okay. Then yesterday, Dylan posted this little snippet to his story, and he's in front of a university building. Check this out. And being a mom of a boy that goes to a university 3 hours away from me, I think about things like this. And I'm the mom of a boy. So
how much do you love renewable energy?
10, 11.
Is that just because you got a free speaker?
No.
okay, so we have Dylan Smith and his associates going to different universities in the Chicago area, giving out speakers and signing women up for this solar energy company. Okay, that's great. But something about that doesn't sit right with me. And I understand everybody has a right to have a job. It's grind time. Hey, good for you, Dylan. I get it. But something about that just does not sit right with me. But hey, the good news is he is no longer a part of this mental health and recovery awareness event, considering the news that has come out against him from Jane Doe. They have removed him from the event, which is great, because I would not want to see Dylan handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. Just saying, that is just my personal opinion, but you know what I say about opinions. So tonight, if you happen to be at this sushi place and Dylan is there, I would recommend you watch your drink. And just saying, Dylan, if you happen to be listening, let's play a game of hide and seek. I will hide and you will seek professional help. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please hit the like button and check out my online publication, wordonthestreetreality.com. I'm sorry, guys, that I don't sit here and read from other publications, but I write my own articles. Go check it out, wordonthestreetreality.com. Thank you so much. Please like this video and share it with a friend or 10. Thank you so much for all the support. I see all the comments. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.